So let's talk about beginner mistakes in winemaking.
The first question is, what do you think of using too much additives?
Using too much additives is not good. So if you use additives in winemaking process, it's very important to use this amount what is declared on the label of your additives. So it's not good if you put too much additives, for example bentonite or gelatin in your wine. You destroy your wine and in the end it's don't tasting good. And most beginners think about putting more additives in your wine, then the wine gets better. But it's not the case. So the best winemakers in the world, they don't use so much additives. So they think it's better to use only grapes and some additives to make wine. So use less additives. It's better than to use a lot of additives. So don't make this mistake to use so much additives and put everything in your wine. It's not good for it and it will destroy it.
Yeah, it's clear. Right. What do you think about clean working?
Yeah, clean working in winemaking process is very important. It's one of the most important things. So you have to imagine you work with a yeast and you don't want to work with all bacteria in winemaking. So it's very important to clean everything so that you don't make vinegar in the end. So you want to make wine and not a bad wine, bad tasting wine. And if you work very bad and not with clean things, you will destroy your wine and you have to fine a lot your wine and you have to put additives in it and all this stuff. You make a lot of work. So in the beginning, if you start making wine or you make some working process, clean everything in the beginning, make everything clean and sterilize and then work, and that's the best way to making wine.
Okay, what do you think about ambition in winemaking?
Yeah, you have to be patient in winemaking because it's not that you can make wine in one day. It's not possible. So first, most beginners in winemaking think, I start today with my fermentation and tomorrow the fermentation is finished and then I can drink my wine. No, it's not the case. So you have to be very patient. You have to give your time, your wine time to get the aromas and everything stabilized. So in normal winemaking process is about a half year to 1 year, sometimes 3 years if you use barrels, so wood barrels. And so you need a half year in making wine, a good wine. So you have to be very patient, not working very fast and think, oh, in 1 week I can drink my wine. It will not taste good and it's not working.
Okay, what do you think about drinking the wine directly after the fermentation?
Yeah, you should not do it because after the fermentation, if you drink the wine directly after it, it will not taste good. So all the aromas will not develop and the wine have to stabilize and all this stuff. It's not good. It's not tasting good. And if you drink all the wine in the beginning and you want to wait for the rest of the wine to develop and to get better, and you don't have enough wine, and then you cannot fill your glass jug full. So it's not good. So you will destroy your wine because you can only fill up the half of your glass jug, and the other half is oxygen, and then it will be oxidated your wine, and you get vinegar or I don't know. It's not good. So don't drink your wine directly after fermentation. Be patient and wait until it gets better.
Okay. What do you think about the full glass jug?
Of a full glass jug. Yeah. It's so if you put too much juice in your glass jug, it's not good in the beginning, because when the fermentation starts, it's CO2 is produced, and if your glass jug is completely full, everything comes outside and it's going like a geyser, and it's not good. So if you start with fermentation, fill your glass jug only to 75% full, so not completely full, and let one third empty of the glass jug to get the fermentation start, and it's okay. That's enough in the beginning.
Okay. What do you think about bad material for making wine?
Yeah, using bad materials is not good. So you have to use very good grapes, for example, to make good wine. So if you want to make good wine, you cannot use bad grapes for it. So if you use rotten grapes and with low sugar content and high acidity content, you will not produce a good wine. It's not possible. So you have to use good material in the beginning. So use good grapes or good fruits, or I don't know what you want to do for a wine. And that's very important. And then you can make a wine, and in the end it tastes good. If you use bad material, your wine will taste bad.
Okay. And the last question is, what do you think about
knowledge in winemaking?
Knowledge in winemaking. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's very important to know how to make wine. So it's not possible for you to produce wine if you don't know how to make it. So you have to use a course like our course to learn it, how to make wine, or you have to buy a book or something like this, and then learn everything, and after that you can start in winemaking. Don't start as a beginner with no knowledge, you don't know anything, and then you think you will make a big wine. It's not possible. So learn first everything, look everything, all our videos, for example.
And from the winemakers.
Yes, and then you know how to make wine, and that's better for you. So you will make a good wine in the end.